One of the best stories from the Club World Cup was of Auckland City FC. Let's refresh your memory on the history of the club. The Navy Blues have been the class of Oceania for decades, winning 11 of the 13 OFC Champions Leagues. Founded in 2004, Auckland City has dominated the New Zealand soccer space, winning 10 domestic titles, and now 14-time participant of the Club World Cup. Their best ever finish was a third-place run in the 2014 edition. And in this Club World Cup, Auckland City showed that they belonged throughout the course of the group stage. It all started with a 10-0 loss to Bayern Munich, followed by a 6-0 loss to Benfica, two European giants. But with everything on the line for Boca Juniors in the final match day, Auckland City played to a 1-1 draw, eliminating Boca from the tournament. A memory of the players and staff that they'll have forever. Aly Trost-Martin and Lisa Carlin caught up with Auckland on their return home to New Zealand. Take a listen. Auckland City FC defender Regont Murati joins us now. Reggie, I know it's really late over there, so thanks for staying up as we get up really early today. It's been about a week since you all were eliminated from the Club World Cup. You're back home now in Auckland. What has life been like since this competition for you all?
Yeah, it's been pretty surreal, to be honest. Yeah, we've had so much support, and to be honest, I'm getting a bit of post-trip blues coming back home now, thinking about where I was a week ago. But yeah, it was an unreal experience.
It was very fun to watch you guys, and now that you are back home, it's like right back to the pitch for you. The club season for Auckland City picks up July 11th. It is right around the corner. What are you looking forward to in this second part of this season, especially coming off the Club World Cup? Yeah,
we're kind of lucky we got a week off. Just coming back from the competition, but yeah, it's kind of back into things. We do have another Intercontinental Cup that's in August in Egypt, so we're kind of focusing on the league and then focusing on that as well.
Okay, so you said you have a bit of the blues being back home now. Your matches for the Club World Cup were played in Cincinnati, Orlando, and Nashville. Are there any of those three cities that you missed the most? Like, which one was your favorite?
To be honest, I think Nashville. We went for a walk before the game just around the city centre, and I think the livelihood of that city is pretty surreal. So we ended up spending a bit of time there after our last game, and yeah, I think that was my favourite out of the three, to be honest. Okay,
I've done quite a few Nashville trips. Did you come back with a cowboy hat? Did you get some boots? Were you doing some honky tonk? Like, tell me about it. Come on.
Yeah, a little bit of honky tonk. I did say that I wanted to get a hat and boots for my partner, but yeah, unfortunately time flew by. But yeah, I wish I did, to be honest. I kind of regret it.
Next time.
Next time. Nashville's one of my favorite too. The food, the hot chicken. It's
so good.
It's good. So you'll have to come back. Go back to Nashville. Check out some other cities as well. I want to talk a little bit about the football in the Club World Cup, though, because your team, especially going against Boca Juniors, a very, very impressive side, but you picked up a draw and a goal. What was different heading into that Boca Juniors match for your team?
Yeah, I think we've kind of reflected back on the tournament, and kind of from where we started in the first game to where we kind of ended in the last game, I think we progressively got a little bit better. I think in the Benfica game, we kind of held them to 0-0 until the last minutes of the first half. So I guess kind of our confidence got in as we kind of progressed to the third game, and yeah, I think we got a little bit lucky. Maybe we had a couple more chances. Maybe they could have scored a couple of chances. But yeah, I think confidence was probably the biggest thing from when we started against the first game in Bayern Munich.
At what point in the tournament did you feel the most confident heading into a game? What was the feelings like right before the game and the conversations?
I would probably say the last game. I think we kind of had nothing to lose at that point. We had a couple motivational speeches in our changing room before we started, and we actually had a really good video from some of the athletes from New Zealand before our last game in Boca Juniors, and I think that kind of hyped us up. Even though we got a draw, that's kind of a win for us. I know we're an amateur team in a pro competition, so yeah.
Okay, that's so sweet. And I know that you had all of Auckland rooting for you guys, but I feel like you also kind of captured the hearts of so many football fans around the world. Have you been surprised by the outpouring of support by so many people? And why do you think that this team resonated so well with so many people?
Yeah, I mean, we were getting support from absolutely everywhere. I think why we resonate with a lot of people is we're probably a little bit more normal in terms of what we're trying to achieve and the club that we come from. We can kind of show that we can kind of punch above our weight, even though we don't have the flashiest facilities, the flashiest, the most amount of money. But yeah, we kind of punched above our weight, and I think that's where people resonated with our story, where we've come from to compete in such a big competition.
There's something relatable about it, but also not really, because I've never done that.
You never played as Bayern Munich?
No, like so it's this really weird juxtaposition of like, okay, I can relate to this, but also I can't. And now that your team and you have kind of taken the world by storm, and it feels like there's a lot of great information about you guys out there, what's one thing we don't know about this team?
One thing you don't know about this team, I guess you guys kind of know a lot about us at the moment. I think we all have second jobs. Football is kind of a hobby to us. We play this because we love the sport, because we love the club, because we want to achieve as much as we can. In terms of what you don't know about us, I think football is, from all of us, is something that we played from such a young age. And we've always wanted to achieve such big things. And we've always punched above our weight. So I think out of all of that, we're just trying to showcase what you can do, even if you're not at a pro level or you're not quite there in terms of what type of facilities and stuff you have.
Well, Reggie, one thing that we also do know is that money was a big part of this Club World Cup, one of the big changes in this edition of the competition. So what can you tell us about, I mean, if you're able to share this, like the latest on what kind of chunk of that players are getting? That's been a big topic of conversation.
Yeah, I think in terms of what's known out there, yeah, we have a bit of money that's coming to the club. In terms of how that's going to flow down to the players, I know the club has always helped us players. We've had a couple Club World Cups that we've been to before, and they've always been very fair and helped us out with what we get. In terms of what we get, that's not quite decided. I think the club is going to receive the money first and then decide what we get. So, yeah, I know that it'll be distributed fairly, and what we get is a bonus to what we thought we were going to get.
We talk a lot, Reggie, on the show about what a lot of money can do for some clubs like Bayern Munich and what players they can buy. When you think about it in Auckland City terms, it coupled with the fame essentially that has come from this, how does this change the trajectory of Auckland City?
Yeah, it's a really good question and a really good time. I think there's a couple of things that are happening in the works for our club and actually football in general in New Zealand. Obviously, we're an amateur side in a pro competition, but I think eventually we want to represent our region at a professional level. So this type of money is definitely going to help, not just New Zealand, but all of the island teams and what that'll do for football is it'll provide growth. More kids will be playing and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a good time to invest. We want to obviously always represent our region and stuff. So, yeah, this money will help us quite a lot.
Reggie, that's incredible. And maybe at some point then that leads to more players like you being just footballers and not footballers in addition to doing other things, which I know that has been, one of the captivating stories about this team is that a lot of you have other jobs. So talk to us about what you do for a living besides getting to play football.
Yeah, give us a little elevator pitch to some extent.
Exactly. Sell us.
I actually have the most complicated job. I'm a product owner for a logistics company, but I'm an owner of a product for an optimization system. So basically, we optimize orders to go on vessels, and we handle the exports for it. So that's kind of the simplest way I can explain it.
Honestly, Lisa and I just like looked at each other. That's straight over our heads. I feel like what you were just explaining to me is like when my brothers talk to me about what they do for work. Incredible stuff. Well, Reggie, it's been so great getting to chat with you today. And again, thanks for staying up late to catch up with us on the show. Congratulations on everything that this club has achieved, and we're excited to follow along to see what's next.